So this one took 4 years to build. It hasn't been easy and I don't like it. It's just... Oh yeah, Rob here from DocWob. Finally, we got the RC Honda 250 finished. So 4 years in, I'm going to show you what we've done, where we got, I'm not going to say where we got the parts from because that's not the way it works. I'll give you a little rundown before it gets shipped off to North Carolina to its new home. So this 1994 Honda RC250 Factory HRC bike, it's been 4 years in the making. I started off by getting a few bits and pieces and that was it. I had to continue on with the quest. So it is a proper thing. There's one or two things that aren't proper on it, but not far off. Start off with suspension, I guess, good place to start. So factory KYB. Not many guys got to use KYB because Honda are affiliated with Showa, so tend to be a few less people using KYB stuff. So KYB forks, billet bottoms, polynitrate tubes, KYB two-piece shock, billet cast top steel tube to dissipate heat and less oil contamination, triple clamps full on HRC, mag top, alley bottom. These were adjustable offset, so you have a different offset bottom triple clamp, 22, 24, whatever, but the top clamp, you see in under here, this massive nut has got an offset washer that you can turn through 180 degrees and it'll adjust the offset to match the bottom. Also the HRC front fender brace keeps it all nice and rigid, so that's all the front end in there. Swing arm, full on HRC piece, HRC linkage to match, doesn't work with the stock one. HRC axle blocks, axles, in fact there's no axle block on the other side, it's part of the axle which was never production. The wheels are not HRC, they come from David Philippaerts when he raced 125s in the Italian Championship in '97. So they're not a HRC part, but XL rims, Dunlop tyres, all the rest of the stuff, HRC discs, HRC brake carriers, it was Honda all the way. Subframes HRC, slightly lower, really beautifully machined. Silencers on this is a JSV, should have a carbon fibre full HRC silencer on, but you just can't find them, and when you do they're £2.5 grand. I had one, but it was for the first alley frame, I didn't want to chop it up. So JSV made this for us. JSV also made the cone front pipe, which is a beautiful piece. Motors, all HRC, there's nothing in there. HRC crank, weighted billet crank, beautiful. HRC gearbox, HRC clutch, this full clutch outer cover is magnesium. This is adjustable power valve, so you can change the springs for the power to come in and out at different times. HRC pegs, HRC frame, HRC extended brake pedal. I don't know who that was for because it must be Bigfoot, it's ridiculous. But it's cool. HRC case guard, skid plate. The electrics on this are really special. The electrics are massive. You can see they sit between the radiators and they're absolutely huge. What's really cool about this is they have traction control. You see the that's the kill button, this is traction control. It's very early mapping, and bear in mind this was 94, so it is pretty cool. Tank is really special. Tank's a HRC sand high volume tank. It's got the pattern of the graphics embossed into it, but no graphics, aluminium piece, and it comes up so far here, the mounting point's actually through there. It's got HRC radiators, and believe me, they're about this fat. That's ridiculous. So that's all very cool. The last bit was a seat. It's a genuine Technocell HRC, well, Technocell seat in the nuclear red. We went for the Japanese National Championship graphics, because I don't want to confuse it with trying to pretend it was somebody's bike. It wasn't. So this side, it's all business. This side, proper magnesium ignition cover, HRC gear lever. They come with different configurations for the configuration between the spline and where the tip ends up, and the length and the sticky out. They've made hundreds of them. So that's the gear lever. Carb is really trick. Carb's got PowerJet. PowerJet didn't come out for 4 years after this, so that goes to show this thing was at least 4 years ahead of its time. You can see the HRC electrics have a joint box here to make it easier and quicker to change engines should you need to, so you're not messing with all the wiring loom. What's really trick on these is the 3-piece clutch adjuster. This was before clutch adjusters at all. You could buy them anywhere with the adjuster. This was unheard of. This was really cool. And also in here had a ball bearing before you could buy them. Front brake is probably uber trick, and that is the Nissin Works front brake lever, master cylinder with the straight push hose, and the front brake with the adjustable screw here, which means the position of the lever is adjustable. All very trick. All this stuff is just so hard to find. Factory disc guard, factory caliper, factory brake carrier. This was a real pain in the arse because these two are not flat on the backside. They're 5mm difference, so you had to find just the right carrier. That was hard work. There's carbon fibre air filter cage in it. Sunstar Works sprocket, DID Works gold chain, HRC case chain guide with like this little deflector here which deflects dirt away from the chain, and apart from that it's bone stock. So you can see this one's finished, ready to go to its new home. This one took 4 years to build, which was retarded. It just took a long time to find all the bits, get the engineering done, get it all to work. The next build I'm going to show you is a bike we've got 3 months to build, so it's a big difference. It's Mike LaRocco 2003 AMSOIL CR250. She's all in bits right now. Jack's done a mint job of cleaning up the frame and the cases. I'll show you that one in the blue workshop now, and she's going together quick start. So this is the beginning. This is how they start basically. We're quite a few hours in at this point. We'll say we, Jack, who works for us, he's done a cracking job. This is 2003 CR250. We're building from Mike LaRocco. It's going to have AMSOIL graphics on. So Jack's had it all apart. Sort of have the cranks off to rebuild. Brand new cylinder. He spent a long time cleaning the frame. So the frames start off being vapor blasted all on the inside. Then various grades of sandpaper, rotary wheels to give us this brushed aluminium finish. We're not going to go steer and damper on this like we did with the Tommy Searle bikes. So frame's ready to go. Welded the skid plates on for the lugs on for the skid plates. So they will have a riv nut put in now. I made the skid plate for him, so this will be cleaned up and put on. Ready to go. Next up, the hubs. The hubs when we bought this bike in were gold. Looked crap. So mashed them up, re-anodized them red. They're going to have silver rims, Michelin Star-Cross 6 tyres on. These are some X-Trig CRF clamps we had. So the problem with putting CRF clamps on a CR is you have to space the steering stop out 5mm there. So we have to do that. So X-Trig clamps. It's got Marzocchi upside down forks in, which are pretty trick. The upper tubes are being re-cachemire coated as we speak. Motor's all been blasted, cleaned up. That's literally bare. There's not a single bearing in there, ready to go back together. Shock's been coated. This thing's got quite a few trick bits on it. So it's got HRC, titanium pegs and hangers, pro circuit pipe silencer, like I say, Marzocchi forks, triple clamps, wheels, GMX rads. It's going to be quite a trick thing when it's finished. Even though he's only going to ride a parade lap, it's going to look nice. Okay, so this is the before pile. So this is all the stuff before it's cleaned up, or if we've replaced it, we don't throw nothing away until the bike's finished. So wiring loom, brakes, just all needs digging through. That's the silencer we're going to rebuild for it. Stock clamps, but we just need to keep it for everything. So shock internals, linkage, spokes, ready to go. That's another week's work of cleaning to go. So the biggest thing to do, apart from the reassembly, is swing arm. They always get scabby around the front sprocket, so it's been welded. We've got to grind it back, machine it back to look nice. A few little spots of weld here and there where it's had big chunks taken out of it, which we'll have to clean off. Then this has been anodized stripped already. We'll then dry blast the front cast section, and we'll polish the extruded section for it to make it give us that brushed look we all like.
You like it though, don't you?
I hate it. So that's it for this week. You've seen the factory Honda that's took us all the years to build. You've seen where we're at with the LaRocco build. Next time, hopefully this will be up on its wheels, something to show you. And don't forget, like and subscribe, help us out. Any comments, let us know what you want to see, and we'll see what we can do.